Our three fire departments are the District of North Vancouver, the City of North Vancouver, and the District of West Vancouver. And we're located on the north shore of Burrard Inlet, just immediately north of downtown Vancouver.
And all of our departments have been asked to look for ways they can improve services, cut costs, contain costs. One of the suggestions that came forward from the three fire services on the North Shore was the idea of pursuing where they could actually collaborate more.
We sat down as three fire chiefs, city managers that involved our councils and unions to discuss what the potential was for further collaboration to achieve some efficiencies and perhaps even service improvements.
I think collaboration at the end of the day and the spirit in which the three North Shore departments entered into these discussions are really the key to the whole thing.
We felt if we were going to work together that we needed to have common procedures. So that meant if we did high-rise training one way or high-rise response one way, that meant that everybody had to do it the same, because we could end up with three different departments at the same call.
A lot of the high-level policies all being done jointly now, so we'll actually, anything that will affects the daily operation and it's a new policy, it'll actually go out with all three logos on the letterhead. It's been a great process. We meet very frequently on all types of issues.
The benefit of that process is that we can look at the best policy that exists amongst the three fire departments, and the other two fire departments can mirror that policy. So we really are taking the best so that we each individually benefit from those amendments. Initially, what we started to do is just respond more frequently into each other's municipalities upon request. It evolved into the scheduling of more joint training exercises and ensuring that the training that was being provided to any one particular department was consistent to the training that was being provided to the other two.
We've brought instructors that are at the top of their game into the mix, so all three departments benefit from that. And that's a huge benefit for us in terms of training, because it's really the foundation for the delivery of service, firefighter safety. All of those things fall into that training bucket.
We've started an initiative 2.5 years ago to functionally consolidate all training and training initiatives. The first step was to consolidate and standardize training curriculum, instructor development, and the second part was to deliver that training based on a very defined curriculum for each specific discipline. This is a great example of three departments working together in a fairly complex rescue scenario. Because we train together, because we've standardized our equipment, these guys interact and interchange positions without any incidents.
The increased collaboration helped us sit down and understand what the best way was to organize our resources during the responses, but also in behind the responses. So we ensured that our operational chiefs had a similar understanding of how it was that we were going to share resources on a daily basis.
We have 8 pieces of equipment. We now have 24 units to rely on. And what that does for us is it provides a better level of coverage, better responses, and it allows us to operate at peak service level times and not leave areas uncovered.
Fire Department Emergencies 911, what's your location, please?
The North Shore Fire Departments use a common dispatch. Surrey is our dispatch provider. So when calls come in, we have exactly the same response protocols. And whenever there's a need to cross boundaries, it happens automatically. The jurisdictional boundaries disappear.
The three fire services on the North Shore are quite unique to Surrey Fire Dispatch. They work a lot more collaboratively and almost work as a single unit. We dispatch them using our FDM CAD system and then utilize the Deck and Move Up module, which then coordinates responses and coverage to ensure more resources are available throughout the entire region. And this is quite unique to the North Shore and to our dispatch center.
It's all calculated based on factual data, so dating back 5 years worth of data. They measure the probability of another call within an area and then they'll respond.
We've also developed some standby locations so that if our resources are out of their regular haul and their regular location, is that we can place them in the best location to provide adequate coverage if other equipment is out of their hauls.
There are many instances, depending on the size of the incident, where dispatches include resources from at least 2, if not all 3 of the municipalities. We have high-rise events, we have hazmat events, and we have rescue events in our canyons and rivers that require significant resources.
Whether it's in our dispatching and emergency response model, whether it's our inspections and risk management, whether it's training or equipment procurement. Through this model, we've been able to deliver faster, better, and more cost-effective services to our residents. It's what they want, and I think we're achieving that.
For the citizen side, it's a quicker response. We've lowered our response times right across the North Shore. So they're seeing a better service and more resources on scene, so that allows us to knock the fire down quickly. It's safer for the citizens and it's safer for the firefighters.
There's a camaraderie that's developed and a reliance on each other because it's all one team now. Before we used to be 3 separate teams and only call upon each other if we really were in dire straits. Now it just happens naturally, it happens frequently, and it's really worked well for all of us.
When the resources are coordinated and there's a better depth of resources, then ultimately we believe that the service is enhanced to the entire North Shore. Not just one particular community, but all 3 communities collectively.